Hey guys, problem number 4, 2016 AP Computer Science, and this problem here is a pretty nice problem. Basically, they give you this word list and they give you some definitions of what a basic gap width is, leftover spaces, and so on. I'm just going to take this example and just work with it. So, first thing that we can see is that the total number of words in AP Comp Sci rocks would be 14. I also know that they place these words in something very important. The list of words is to be placed into a formatted string of length 20. So this is from 0 to 19, which makes it length 20. And I know that the total number of letters in the word is 14. And one last thing is, I know there are 4 words here, okay? So there are 4 words there. Now, if you take 14 plus the number of words and the gap, you're going to get 20. So this has to fill in nicely. Okay, so let's figure out part A. Part A says, write the string formatter method total letters, which returns the total number of letters in the word in its parameter word list. So it's going to pass an array list, and I need to return an int. And so I can call this int sum or int total. I'll set that equal to 0. And then what I'm going to do is I need to be able to access each one of these words. Okay? So they gave us this parameter. I'm going to have to use it. So I'm just going to make a for loop. And I'm going to say int I equals 0. I is less than the name of this array list dot size. Okay, and then I'm going to do dot size has this, and then I'm going to do I plus plus. Once I go there, I'm going to do total plus equals. And then what am I doing? How do I get this guy's the number of letters in each? Well, there's just a dot length, right? Because, oops, what is AP? What is comp? What is sci? What is rocks? All of those are strings. Strings has many things like substring and many other methods, right? But one of the most important methods is dot length. Dot length returns the amount of letters in the string. So don't forget that. You needed this part for this part here. So it's going to be word list. So let's just do word list dot get I. Okay, so that gives you like AP and comp sci. And then from there, I'm going to go dot length. And then there, I'm done. And it's going to just keep adding each one. So that's return total. And then you're done with that part. So that's how you do that. Okay, you can also do this in the enhanced for loop if you wanted to. You could do this part. You can just say for, I guess this is going to be a string, right? Because that's what the words are in word list. And it's right there also. So we're going to do string. We can call it word list. And then just from there, there's no more i's. So it's just going to be total plus equals word dot length. So that's how you do that, okay? So strings have dot length and they count the number of letters that are in the string. Part B, assume that the total letters work as specified regardless of what you wrote in part A. You must use total letters appropriately. Remind yourselves that total letters returns an int and it takes a parameter of an array list, okay? So it says complete the method basic gap width. So in this case here, I need to figure out how to find the basic gap. If I go back to my example here, I know that this whole thing is 20. What is that? My formatted length is 20, okay? And then I also know that the amount of words that I have is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I know that this is 20, and if I take away the total letters, so that would be this, 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 and this, I'll be left with all of these, what I call these, like, I guess they call it basic gap width. I'm just going to call it these white spaces. And what you notice there, guys, is there's going to be 3 of them, okay? So with that being said, what I can do in this case is I can start by saying, so we know that this is going to be an integer, so I need to return an int. So you can either just do it all in one shot and then put a return. Okay, I apologize. Let me just read this here. Precondition: word list contains at least 2 words. Formatted length is large enough to hold the all the words, okay? So there's enough space. So I have to use this guy here, formatted length. And I'm going to take this away from the total letters, right? But we remember that the total letters is a method that takes a parameter of type array list. So all I have to do is take this guy and plug him right into there, okay? So you're going to have to put word list right there. I don't have room, so I'm just going to put that there. Once I get that, I'm going to have to divide that. So you can call this, if you would like, because this is all going to be returning int, call it int x equals this. Once you do that, you can say int y is equal to x, and then divided by word list, okay, dot size minus 1. And then you can just say return y. And the reason why we're dividing by word list dot size minus 1 is because, remember, we're not putting any spaces here. So you have to go one less. There's going to be, if there are 4 words, then there's going to be 3 spaces. If there are 5 words, then there are going to be 4 spaces, and so on. So and remember, the gap basic width in this case is 2. These guys here make a total of 6. Like this part here, here, and here makes 6 spots, but you have to divide up the 6 into 3 pieces, okay, or 1 less than this guy here. So that's what the definition of a basic gap width is. So come back for part C.